Hey, so recently I've been playing Spider-Man 2 on the PS5 just in the black Raimi suit. It's a pretty cool game, but it kinda reminded me of those probably cringe Bully Maguire memes back in 2020. You probably remember them. They were everywhere. But it got me thinking, could black suit Raimi Spidey beat endgame Thanos? Short answer, probably not, as even with Tobey's amps and strength and speed, Thanos completely manhandled the Hulk and was fending off both Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man simultaneously. So it would be pretty unlikely. But then it hit me again while swinging around New York. What if we combined the Tobey Spidey with the Spidey from the Raimi video games? And also gave him the black suit. So to set the scene, we have Thanos as he appeared in Avengers Endgame, armor, double-bladed sword and all, and then we have our composite Raimi Spidey in the black suit to defeat him. Something death battle. God, this is my most autistic video to date. So before I begin, I have to apologize since this video will be very nerdy and needlessly in-depth. Just the nature of it. First, we have to figure out if Tom Holland's Spidey is comparable to Thanos, the answer being sorta. Now in the movies we see Tom harm Thanos explicitly in the portal fight scene, and for those who believe this just to be an outlier, here is Tom Spidey catching an attack from Cull Obsidian, a being able to overpower Iron Man and the Hulkbuster armor, an armor which defeated the Hulk, a Hulk which can battle Thor, and a Thor who can most likely harm Thanos. Additionally, Cull Obsidian is shown surviving an attack from Mjolnir amped Captain America, who directly goes toe-to-toe with Thanos later in the movie. But while Tom Spidey can harm Thanos, it's still probably safe to say that Thanos is much more powerful, just by the nature of the story. And in No Way Home, we see that Tobey is at least comparative to Tom, if not stronger. For more information on this topic, check out the Crisis Comics video linked in the description below, which describes how Tobey's Spidey is arguably the strongest live-action Spider-Man, period. But to sum it all up, Tobey's Spidey essentially battles his villains far more effectively than Tom, Tobey's Spidey being shown as at least the stronger between the two Spider-Men. This can go even deeper as we see in Across the Spider-Verse, that when individuals are transported to other dimensions, their atoms begin glitching and degenerating over time, essentially nerfing the Raimiverse characters like Tobey and the Green Goblin. This fact is most likely canon, as Miguel pretty directly references the events of No Way Home, and in the story itself, we are directly shown scenes from the Raimiverse and Amazingverse. So when you add all those factors together, Tobey starts getting pretty powerful, much more powerful than the MCU Spidey. Even if you disregard the Spider-Verse connection, it is still apparent that Tobey is much stronger when you look at the strength progression in the Raimi trilogy. Tobey fights the Green Goblin at the beginning of the movie when he is at his weakest and most inexperienced. By the end of the movie, Tobey is tired, but still completely dunks on Norman, and his strength continues to grow from there on, fighting bigger and tougher villains. In No Way Home, Tom is at his most experienced, and he's been Spider-Man for more than 5 years and has fought both aliens and supervillains. In his first battle with Norman, he gets absolutely ragdolled, and in their second battle, Tom is out for blood, but their fight still leaves the Goblin laughing and taunting. Both Spider-Men were tired at this point in their battles, but compared to Tobey's fight, Green Goblin had to beg and resort to trickery just to survive. Tobey's power level continues to grow again when we account for his video game appearances, as his advanced web gloves, Spidey reflex mode, and adrenaline mode, all when activated, increase the damage of his physical attacks. This is all without mentioning the black suit, which significantly enhances all of his physical attributes and allows Tobey to enter rage mode, a state which doubles his overall attack power. Now, finding the exact damage multipliers of all these amps would be difficult without straight up extracting the game files, but it is a pretty safe bet at this point that Tobey's Spidey begins to more evenly match the Mad Titan, even if Thanos holds a slight edge in attack power and durability. Finding this all a little unbelievable? Trust me, you ain't seen nothing yet. As the next factor is speed, and oh boy, this is gonna get weirder. Now with speed, some have argued that Raimi's Spidey is actually slower than Tom, citing Tom's generally more impressive speed showings in avoiding attacks by Doctor Strange. But not only is base Tobey still very much comparable with Tom, The black suit and rage mode, in particular, significantly boost Tom's speed in combat. And what discussion of Spider-Man's speed isn't complete without mentioning Tobey's spider sense, enhancing his awareness of the environment, self-perception, and allowing for precognition. This tingle gives Tobey a sort of 360-degree vision and heightens his senses to the point he's able to detect people in different rooms, floors, observe from long distances, and even hear the wings of a housefly within a noisy hallway. Like his sense is broken, in-game it's described as ESP-like and is capable of spotting people through walls, objects in water, and tracking footprints. It remains active even when Tobey is asleep and possibly gives Raimi's Spidey a form of fourth wall awareness, as shown when he tells the player to
go outside and play.
Just some food for thought. Tobey's mastery over his spider senses would go as far as him essentially developing a form of ultra instinct, reacting without consciously thinking, and being defined as all instinct, manifesting as a reaction to any danger. Now that's all fine and dandy, but you might be thinking how any of this is useful if Thanos is so much faster than Tobey, regularly blocking lasers and photon beams by Iron Man and Captain Marvel. But what if I told you Tobey had one more ace in the hole, a big checkmate in the form of spider reflexes being able to slow down time itself to give Spidey an edge in speed? Yes, as ridiculous as it sounds, no matter how fast Thanos is, Tobey can straight up manipulate time and without a time stone be faster than Thanos. Does whatever a spider can, I guess. Moving away from Spidey for a moment, what has Thanos still got? Well, he possibly has a slight edge in attack potency and durability, his longer range double-bladed sword, which is durable enough to block an attack from Iron Man's overloaded repulsor beams after absorbing Thor's lightning. Thanos also possesses great strength, shown to be greater than that of Thor. It has a brilliant mind in strategy and skill combat. So perhaps Thanos can still weasel out a win. But the question is how? Thanos doesn't possess any sonic weaponry to disrupt the symbiote, and Tobey's speed/time manipulation and precognition with senses present a pretty huge obstacle in Thanos' way. Even if he was able to deduce the suit's weakness to sound and use it against Tobey, Raimi's Spidey has previously fought the Shocker and later on Shriek while wearing the black suit indoors, never having much significant issue. Additionally, Tobey's unlimited webbing and mastery in web slinging means Raimi's Spidey is much more agile and versatile, being able to combat Thanos in any position, at any range, and can pretty much escape from any situation. Tobey isn't an idiot either, in that while the symbiote does make Peter more aggressive, the man himself is still a genius level combatant and experienced martial artist, taking down the Green Goblin, who had previously trounced an experienced MCU Spidey. This earlier inexperienced Tom easily took out trained super soldiers like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Tobey himself has fought through hordes of Oscorp super soldiers, robots designed to adapt, react, and overcome their targets, and had already previous knowledge of Spidey. Despite being poisoned, Tobey would go on to defeat Kraven, a verifiable master of the hunt. He would also easily defeat Puba, an excellent martial artist and assassin who boasts a combination of different moves and possesses acute senses equal to that of the Raimi Spidey. Tobey had also casually defeated multiple members from the Order of the Dragon Tail at once, which is a gang comprised entirely of master martial artists, additionally skilled in the usage of blades and guns. It is also worth noting that Godzilla Rex did a breakdown of the fighting styles used by both Tobey and Thanos, with Spider-Man possessing 12 or more fighting styles when you account for his video game appearance, and Thanos possessing the knowledge of 7 fighting styles, when you include his proficiency with the double-bladed sword. But perhaps it is Thanos' age and experience which allows him to close the skill gap, as the Mad Titan can outmatch highly skilled fighters like Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor at the same time. He is described as the Genghis Khan of the Marvel Universe, and unbeatable in a one-on-one battle, having conquered thousands of worlds and being a much more polished fighter than that of Hulk, Thor and Loki, the latter of two of which had been fighting for centuries, probably since they were small children. But what I'm getting at here is not that Tobey is necessarily more strategic or skilled than Thanos, it's just that he is skilled and smart enough to make it a difficult match for him. And in a situation like this, it is actually more advantageous that the symbiote makes Tobey more aggressive, as this gives Thanos less time to strategize and plan a method of attack, especially when Tobey is straight up speed blitzing and anticipating all of Thanos' moves before he even shows them. Even Thanos' strength advantage is debatable, with all the black suit strength amps and the fact that even a comparatively weaker MCU Spidey is able to catch Skull Obsidian's hammer being brought down at full force. Previously, Tobey had also in Spider-Man 2 halted and lifted a metal wall being pulled by the force of a small star. All this combined with Tobey's relatively high level of strength and battle expertise means that Tobey Maguire wins 6 to 7 out of 10. Should Bro might have enough gas in the tank to completely run through the mainline 616 Spidey. After all, the VXX supervisor in the original Raimiverse did say Tobey had all the capabilities of the comics, or at least our fan-canonized Raimi composite version can. So why did I make this video? I don't know, boredom, sleep deprivation, some dumb thought I couldn't get out of my head. Anyways, thanks to the Versus Battle Wiki for the research, and check out Crisis' channel for inspiring me to make this video. Maybe I'll make more videos, maybe I'll disappear into the void. Whatever happens, happens.